Dr. Maya Angelou once said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." From surviving sexual assault at the tender age of 6 and surviving 3 domestic violence relationships, and now in her 6th year of living as a multiple sclerosis warrior, please join us with best-selling author, business owner, and lady extraordinaire, Miss Tamara Charles. Part 1. Your story is a story of hardship, but not only hardship, but survivorship as well. Mm-hmm. Because you're sitting right here across from me, and you're alive, and you're thriving, and you're making it happen. So that is a testament in itself. So, Tamara, for people that don't know you, please take a minute to introduce yourself, because I am in awe of the woman that you are, the journey that you've gone through, and also being one of the recipients of International Women of Hope's awards 3 years ago, for your warriorship, for you being able to survive all that and still come out as you are now. So please take a moment, please introduce yourself to the community, and then let's have a great conversation today.
Thank you. Well, thank you again for having me. Again, my name is Tamara Charles. I am a domestic violence, 3 times domestic violence survivor, sexual assault survivor at the tender age of 6 years old. I am now living as a multiple sclerosis warrior. And I was born in Haiti. When my sexual assault did happen, I was in Haiti at the age of 6 years old. And my parents had came to America first before they had sent for me and my siblings. During that time, I was staying with my aunt and a friend of the family who was supposed to be taking care of me and my siblings. He was sexually assaulting me for the whole year that my parents were in America. And when I came to America, I was 7 years old, and I remember we came from Haiti to New York. We spent a couple of years in New York, but I was mostly raised in Boston. And being an adolescent in my teens, and my parents were always like that protective parents.
Right.
And so during that era, I was that rebellious child because I felt that they wasn't there to protect me. Right. So I acted out. I didn't want no part of my family. I just, with everything that I had experienced at the age of 6 years old, I felt that if they wasn't there for me then, why were they trying to be there for me now? Mm-hmm. But they had no idea what had happened to me, because all I can remember my abuser telling me is that, don't say nothing. Right. This is our secret. And even till this day, being 41 years old, I can still hear his voice telling me that. Mm. And I can still see his face. Me being a 6-year-old, I can still see his face, but I wouldn't even know what he looked like today. But I can see the the vision of who he is. Yeah. Before we get to that, before we get to where what brought you to this stage today, I want to for the people to know what you have accomplished now. So please tell us about, because I know you're an author. Yes. Okay, so tell us about the book. I became a bestseller author on Amazon within 24 hours when my book got published 2 years ago in March 23rd, 2017, and it made the bestsellers list on Amazon within 24 hours. And it's called Unbroken, Still I Smile. It's a memoir about my survivorship with sexual assault, surviving 3 domestic violence relationships, and now living as a multiple sclerosis warrior. I wrote that book because for so many years throughout my life, I was very lost. I was unhappy with myself. I didn't love myself. I look for love in all the wrong places, and I was just like, I was living in silence, and I wanted to break the silence because I was just like, I didn't know if I was coming or going.
Right, right.
And I was living in a darkness. So people, I didn't, I wasn't, I was very isolated. I didn't socialize with anybody too much, and I didn't let nobody come into my life because I was just so like, I didn't trust anybody too much.
Yeah, you were not at that place of healing yet.
Yeah.
Of healing yet. Okay, and I'm going somewhere with this because you are a woman that has accomplished a lot. You're also a business owner. Apart from writing a book and you work, you're a mom and you're doing all the community work that you do. What are the businesses that you own?
Oh wow, I have. I just came out with my lipstick line. It's called Unbroken Still I Smile. I named it after my book. And my lash line is also after my book. It's called Unbroken Still I Smile. And I have a hair line, and I also have a boutique, a store boutique. I wanted to do these businesses to support victims and survivors who can't go to like Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
Who can't afford Macy's lipstick? Because Macy's, you go
Right.
to MAC, you're spending like $20, $30. So I wanted to make it affordable for my fellow victims and survivors, because I want them to feel that through everything that they have gone through or they're going through, you can still look beautiful, you can still love yourself, you can still look pretty. You don't. It's affordable for you to look to look your best. So you don't feel like, okay, because like you can't afford it, that like you can't look pretty. And I'm not saying that you need lipstick, hair, and all that to look beautiful. But sometimes, for me, I felt that looking, being with like, putting on lipstick or having my lashes on, doing my hair, doing my nails was like a way of self-care for me.
Yeah. Giving you a little boost.
Giving me a little boost. So
yes.
I want other women to feel that little boost. I want them to feel empowered. I want them to feel like, okay, she went through all that. If she can go through all that, I can do the same thing she can.
Right. Right.
So I just want to empower other women to let them know that no matter what challenges or obstacles they have gone through, you can still rise above. You can still do whatever you put your mind to it. So I want to be that. I want to be the voice for the voiceless, and just empower other women. Because
would you say that's what drives you? What keeps you going? What keeps you, despite everything that you've gone through in your past, where I'm pretty sure some people would give you a pass and say, oh, you know what, she's been through it, it's time for her to just sit back and just relax, not have to work and do, or what drives you to do what you do?
What drives me to do, because me as a multiple sclerosis warrior, that drives me along, because the long-term symptoms that can happen to me is being in a wheelchair, being able to not walk, or not have my balance. So I feel as though like I have this drive. I'm like, God, before you tell me to sit down, if that's your plan for me,
right,
I need to do what I need to do. I need to accomplish everything
as much as
I can, while I'm able to put on my heels, while I'm able to walk, because I don't know what He has for me.
Yes.
So that's my drive, and my children, because I know what it's like to be a single mom, to struggle. I don't want to struggle anymore.
Right.
And that was my dedication, my drive, for me. As a single mom, because I know what it was like to be in a shelter, or not to have, or for my like even my light getting cut off because I didn't have it, trying to put all my coins together to pay my bills. So I had to say, you know what, enough was enough. Like I'm like, I can do it. If this person can do it, I can do it 3 times more than they can do it. So that was my dedication, my determination to myself. I'm not doing it for nobody else, but I just know this is what I want to do.
Right.
This is my passion. This is the love for myself, and I just want to be that role model to other women who may be going through domestic violence relationship, because a lot of times us women, think that, okay, domestic violence it's only physical. It's emotional,
Yeah.
mental, physical, and look at me now. Like, because of everything that I had gone through,
Yeah. It affected your
it
health.
affected my health.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm a living proof that it's not just physical,
Yeah.
And it's environmental.
And some people believe that it just happens in that moment, and then once you're out of it, then everything is done.
No,
There are residues to what has happened, right?
The after effect.
Yes, they're after the fact. This thing is lifelong, and we have to be careful not to pass it along to our children, not to make it into the cycle that it can become. Tama, what some women will listen to your story and say 3 times, and victim shaming is something that happens all the time. It's natural. They would say things, especially in our community, and I'm pretty sure in other communities as well. They will say, "Bon, pour qui ça? Li t'est passé la première fois." She didn't learn. Yeah, she didn't learn from the first time. She must have liked it. So what happened? Why 3 times?
I didn't love myself enough.
Mm-hmm.
I looked for love in all the wrong places. Like my first abuser.
Did you know, were there warning signs as soon as you got into that relationship?
I know the warning signs. The pushing, telling me I couldn't hang with my friends, telling me what I can wear, what I couldn't wear, telling me, oh, I'm not Haitian because I hung with American people. The little different signs like that. But I think in the Haitian community, and I'm gonna speak for myself,
right?
And I don't want to offend other,
No, speak freely.
But I feel as though a lot of Haitian parents, they don't show affection to their children, like, oh, I love you,
right.
Or before you go to bed, let me give you a kiss and a hug, good night. I didn't have that. My parents, they loved me, but they showed it in a different way.
Right.
They didn't, and I was looking for that because of everything that I had experienced at the age of 6 years old. So I didn't, because these men were giving it to me. They were hugging me. They were like I felt like they were my protector at the time.
So they saw your weakness.
They saw my weakness. Yeah.
They saw, because they're predators.
Yeah.
And they look for something, the weakness inside of you. They find that weakness and they cater to it.
Yeah.
So they saw that you were looking for a love. You were looking for a type of affection, and they honed in on that.